Thank
All
you.
right. No problem. Yeah, recording in progress. Okay, here we are. The who which clause. And so in this book, you're going to see a who which clause and you're going to mark it with parentheses. You guys know how to do that? Parentheses around it like that. Those are called parentheses. It says the soldiers who had traveled far needed food. The who clause is right here. You're going to put parentheses around it and label it with W/W. What do you think WW stands for? Anybody have any ideas? Why do we put WW? Yes, Genevieve.
Which?
Who, which? Yes, because who starts with a W too. They both have W's. Look up here. See that? So we're labeling that. And the comma rule says place commas around a who, which clause. So whenever you have it in the middle of the sentence like this, you're going to put commas by it, both before and after the who clause or the which clause. All right. Any questions about the who, which clause? You'll get used to it because we're going to start using it in your writing too pretty soon. But how about Anthony? Go ahead and read the sentence today. Let's talk about that.
The dwarf who bowed and walked away returned for the third time later that night.
Nice. Okay. A dwarf, you guys know, is that like a small person? Like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the live action movie and they're so cute in the live action movie. They're adorable.
All right. And they bow. Do you guys know what it means to bow? Yeah, there you go. Like if you do a performance on stage, you take a bow, everybody claps. It's when you bend over at your waist. All right. Check that. There's two articles. Go ahead and find them by yourself and put AR on there for article. Those are easy. And then Amber, when you're ready, there are three nouns. Can you help us find those three nouns?
Time,
Good. Time. Good.
night,
Good. One more.
dwarf.
There you go. Dwarf. That's a person, a small person, very small person. Very good. Those are the nouns. All right. And then Anthony, what about the who, which clause?
Is it who bowed and walked away?
Yes, good. And we're going to mark it like this with parentheses. But you're right. You see those commas? That's a clue. That's where it begins and ends. It starts with who, and we're going to label it like this. Put a W/W on at the beginning of the parentheses. That's how we, whoops, whoa. That's how we label it like that. And then how about the capital and the end mark, Genevieve? What do we do for that?
Well, for the capital, we should put two little lines under the V on
Wait,
the
under
T.
the D?
The T.
The T. There you go. Yes. Actually, three little lines like that.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
that's what I said.
Okay. Got
And
it.
then for the end mark, a period.
A period. Very good.
Sometimes with these types of sentences, I wonder if it's like an exclamation mark or a comma or something like that.
It's never
But
going to be a comma because that happens in the middle. But sometimes it's a question mark, sometimes it's an exclamation mark, but most of the time it's a period.
yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of want to read the story in the back. I've been trying not to because it's gonna get more. It's gonna be better at the end when we're done with the book at the end of the semester.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I just take a peek in the back and I just want to read it. But it's a good
Oh,
2 page long story.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's more fun to do the book if you don't know the story, kind of see how the story develops as you do it. But good job, you guys. We already got that done. So does anybody have any questions
Kind
about,
of leaves you on a cliffhanger.
yeah, a cliffhanger? That's right. That makes it more fun. All right. It seems like you guys are good with grammar. So go ahead and put away your grammar book. And then you can go ahead and get out your binders. You guys wrote about the bald man and the fly. I haven't had a chance to grade everybody's stuff yet. So if I haven't graded it yet on Google Classroom, I will. I just haven't gotten to everybody's yet. But does anybody want to read their paragraph about the bald man and the fly? Genevieve wants to. Anybody else want to read it about the bald man and the fly? You do, Anthony? Oh, good. Everybody. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna have Genevieve and then Anthony and then Amber. And do you have it with you in front of you? The ones you wrote? Okay, good. So hold on, you're muted, Genevieve, if you're talking to me. Okay. Whenever you're ready with your paragraph, you can start, Genevieve. And by the way, did you guys remember to make a title for your paper? A new title? Because if not, that's okay. We're going to talk about that today. Okay, don't worry about the title then. We'll talk about that in a minute. Go ahead, Genevieve.
Is it my keyword outline or my rewritten story?
The whole story, like the page that you did the X's on?
Okay.
That page. Like the story, not
Okay, I
outline.
just skipped lines because I had to I just finished it this morning and I did it this morning, so I forgot to do the X's.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to.
I
If
just skipped
you know to
space.
skip, yeah. If you already know how to skip it, don't worry about the X's.
Yeah, okay.
So whenever you're
Bald Man and the Fly.
okay.
One day there was a man that was traveling in the hot sun. Get away, fly, he mumbled. Smack. I can't even read my own handwriting. He tried to hit the fly, but it was too fast. He angrily smacked at the fly and was frustrated. When he hold on. I'm gonna try to remember what I wrote.
That's okay.
When he faced oh my goodness.
Oh, when he slapped his face, is that what you meant?
Oh yeah, when he slapped his face.
Okay.
Oh, I know. It looked like a C and it was an L. The word was failed. I was like faced.
Oh.
Okay. He was frustrated when he failed. He reflected on his mistake. He realized he would only hurt himself when he is angry.
Nice. Okay, this is how we clap in the camera. Woohoo! Good job, Genevieve. I like it. Okay, keep it out because we're going to do something with it in a second. Okay, Anthony, go for it. You read yours now.
One hot day, a traveler sat down on a rock and took off his hat. Then a fly landed on his sweaty head and landing on his skin. He mumbled, "Get away, fly." He tried to smack the fly, but just smacked himself. Every time he slapped himself, it stung. He failed to slap the fly and became angry. Finally, he understood his mistake. He thought, "We are likely to hurt ourselves when we get so angry."
Nice. Yes, I love it. Very good. Likely, I heard that word. We're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, Amber, when you're ready.
One hot day, a traveler sat down and took off his hat. The fly kept buzzing around his sweaty, bald head and landing on his skin. Get away, he mumbled. He tried to smack the fly, but he hit his head instead. He slapped his skin again and again, but the fly would not go away. The man failed and became angry. However, the man understood his mistake. He said, "We are likely to hurt ourselves when we get so angry."
Yay! Woohoo! Wow. Okay, they all were so close to the same, but they're not exactly the same because you guys used your own keyword outline to make your sentences. So one thing I want to talk to you guys about is the checklist. So in your packet of stuff from your front pocket, I want you to find page 29. This should be in your front pocket with your bald man and the fly stuff. Do you see this page here in your stuff? This was from last week, okay? This is called a checklist. Do you see it, Genevieve? It should be page 29. It should be in your front pocket with your bald man and the fly story. Page 29. Give me a thumbs up if you have it. Uh-oh, you guys are still looking for it. It should be in your front pocket because that's where we keep stuff when we're working on it during the week. Yes. Okay, that's it. Does it say bald man and the fly at the top?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay, good. Amber's looking for hers. It has these little boxes here because they're for you to check off. It's like a checklist. We're going to talk about that. It helps you with your writing because then you can remember to add things that you need to have in your writing. Amber and Genevieve, it looks like you guys are still looking. This should be like with your bald man and the fly stuff at the beginning, like in the
I
front
think
pocket.
it's all mixed up.
Uh-oh. Okay. Just look at the screen then for this. Okay. If you can't find it, Amber, you can just look at the screen for this part. But I wanted you to see the little boxes here. So it's a checklist, which means you do the thing that it says to do, and then you put a check mark by it. Like right here, name and date in the upper left-hand corner. If you did that, then you can check that little box. That means you did it. And the next one says composition, which is your paper, double spaced. So if you remembered to double space, go ahead and put a check there. And then the next one is what I want to talk to you about next. Let me zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. It says title centered and repeats 1 to 3 key words from final sentence. So I want everybody to look at your final sentence of your paper, of your paragraph. It should say something about your he learned his lesson, that we're likely to hurt ourselves if we get so angry, something like that. Your very last sentence. No, that's not the checklist, Genevieve. It's different. When you look at your last sentence, you can pick 1 or 2 or 3 of those words and make a brand new title. So instead of calling it The Bald Man and the Fly, you could call it something like Don't Get Angry or Don't Hurt Yourself or Likely. Or let's see, what's another? Do you guys have any ideas looking at your last sentence? What's a good title for your paper? If you look at your last sentence, what do you think a good title would be? And Genevieve, do you have your hand up because you have a question? Oh, that's from earlier. Okay. Anybody have any good ideas for the title? What do you think, Genevieve?
Oh, my mom. Oh, that's tortoises, not mine.
I'm looking for it. I don't want
A good name would be maybe.
If you look at, you have to look at your last sentence. How about you read
I
your
know.
last sentence again? Read
Okay.
yours.
Are you on week 4 next?
Yeah, to answer your question, we'll be
No,
on.
no, actually, I'll do it in a minute.
Okay, that's okay. So your last sentence should be something about how you're likely to hurt yourself. Can you use one of those words and make a new title? You guys have any ideas? How about you, Anthony? What's a good title you could use? Like one of the words, or you can use 1, 2, or 3 of the words. You can add to the title, but it has to have at least one word from your last sentence. What do you think?
Don't hurt yourself.
I like it. Don't hurt yourself. So at the top of your paper, where your title goes, you can write that. Don't hurt yourself. That can be your title. Okay, you got one, Genevieve?
You could do like oh, I had it. It don't exactly have it all planned out, but something like when you hurt creation, you will only hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's a good title. It's kind of long. That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Maybe you can shorten it. Or you could call, if you have, let's see, it's got to come from your last sentence though. So maybe the word hurt or angry or likely, one of those words you could put in a title. Amber, do you have an idea for a title?
Angry, maybe?
Just calling it angry? Or you could
Yeah.
say the angry man. You could call it the angry man. So here's the thing. You can add words to it. That's okay. But the title has to have at least one word from your sentence, your last sentence. Does that make sense? That's the thing to remember. So go ahead and write a title. Think of a title and write it in, and then you can check that box on your checklist. Okay, so everybody take a minute and write your title. Give me a thumbs up when you got it. Good. You could call it the angry man. That would work because you have the word angry in your last sentence. You can add extra words for your title. That works. Okay, while Genevieve is working on that, this next box says checklist on top, final draft, rough draft, blah, 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 blah. We don't need that one because you guys are turning it in on Google Classroom. So you can just check it because we don't really need to worry about that one. Okay. And then this is really important. Do you see where it says dress ups? And then it says ly adverb. You have to make sure, and it says underline one of each. That means in your paragraph, you need to have one, at least one, ly adverb. And I heard Amber and Anthony, you had the word likely. That's an ly adverb. So find the word likely in your paragraph and underline it. And Genevieve, I think did you have the word likely in yours? Did you have the word finally in yours? I thought I heard one. Check your paper. See if you have an ly adverb in your paper. And if you do, tell me what the word is. In your paragraph about the bald man and the fly, see if you have an ly adverb in there.
I do.
Which one do you have?
Angrily.
Angrily. Perfect. Go ahead and underline it. Okay, in your paper. You did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, perfect. Now you guys can check that. And then down here, did you remember to capitalize all your words at the beginning of the sentence? Check that. If you did, give it a check. Did you remember all your periods and your exclamation marks? Check if you got that. And then complete sentences. Does it make sense? This is where you're supposed to read it to your parent, your mom, or whoever does your homeschooling to see if it sounds good. You got to read it out loud. If you did, you can check that. And then spelling, check your spelling. That's how you use a checklist, okay? You're going to go through each thing, make sure you included it, make sure you did it, and then check it off. All right. So we're going to move on now. This yellow page right here, this should be in your front pocket. If you have this yellow page, is page 27. You're going to put that one away first in your binder. So in your binder, go to the tab that says Stylistic Techniques. I'm going to show you what it looks like back here. Way back here in the back. You see that one? Stylistic Techniques. Look for that tab. And then you're going to turn the tab and put that yellow page behind it. This one. This one, that's page 27. Stylistic Techniques. And then you're going to stick it in the rings. Carefully open the rings and then close the rings once you stick it in there. Yep, that's it, Genevieve. Right behind that tab. When you open and close the rings, don't pull on the rings because it'll bend them. So use the tabs on the top and the bottom of your binder. Put this page 27 behind that tab that says Stylistic Techniques. And then close your rings.
The checklist, or I can't find
No,
27.
this yellow page. It should be in your front pocket with your stuff from this week.
Okay.
It should be there. Hopefully it's there. It's page 27. It's in your front pocket, should be. Once you put that away, the rest of your stuff for the bald man and the fly, you're done with it now. So put it away in your finished folder, whatever you're keeping your finished work in. you're going to put it away. We don't need anything else from the bald man and the fly. That yellow page,
What
Jennifer,
page number is it?
page 27. Looks like this. So one thing I want you guys, I know this is kind of new to you, is using a binder. It's tricky. You got to make sure you know where things are. So one thing I want you to remember, when you're done with the class, all your stuff for what you're working on for the week is going to go in your front pocket. That way you don't lose it. Okay, so this should be there. Yep, that's it, Anthony. That goes behind Stylistic Techniques tab. All right, Amber, did you already put it away? Yay, good. Okay, good. Now you're going to get out week 4. So go back to the front of your binder and you're going to go behind the tab that says Source Text tab, and then you're going to see week 4. It's called the Fox and the Stork. And go ahead and open your rings and get it all the way out of your binder. Week 4, it's page 31, 33, 35, and 37. There's 4 pages. You're going to get those out and then close your rings up. And you need a piece of lined paper. So get out a piece of lined paper and week 4. And then give me a thumbs up when you're ready, when you got that out. Should be at the front of your binder where it says Source Text tab right here, this one. See that Source Text tab? Right behind that, you should see week 4, the Fox and the Stork. Go ahead and get out 4 pages for that and a piece of lined paper, and then you're ready. So give me a thumbs up when you have that ready. Good, Amber, I see that. And a pen or a pencil. I see that, good. For the keyword outline, you can use either one, pen or pencil, but when you go to write your paragraph, it needs to be in pen, okay? So we're gonna do the keyword outline together first. Okay, Anthony, you got it? Okay, good. All right. Let's start with your lined paper. So go ahead and get out your lined paper here next. And you know what to do. Put your name up here at the top by the red line. Your first and last name go here, okay? And then today's date is 10/8/25. Today is October 8th, 2025. Okay, after you have your name and date, you're going to skip a space here, skip a line, and then this is called the Fox and the Stork. By the way, a stork is a type of bird.
I'm using pencil on this, right?
Yes, you can. Either way, this part, it doesn't matter. If you want to use pencil or pen, it doesn't matter. But when you write the paragraph part, that's when you have to use a pen, okay? It's up to you on this part. And then right underneath that, we're going to put key word outline. Go ahead and write that in. So we've got name and date, the fox and the stork, keyword outline. By the way, that's what we're going to work on every single time we read a story. We build an outline, and then we're going to use the outline to write the paragraph. We're doing it again, just like we did for the bald man and the fly. We're going to do it for the fox and the stork. One more thing I'm going to have you do to get ready is skip a line, and then we're going to do 1 through 7. So on the side here, write 1 through 7, and then when you're ready, give me a thumbs up, okay? So it should be right next to that red line, like that. When you got that, give me a thumbs up. Good, thank you, Amber. Good job. Anthony, you got it? Did you write it down? Are you still working on it? Okay, that's okay. Keep going.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, you're trying to find the story?
Yeah.
What page is it?
Okay. It should be at the front of your binder. Do you see the tab that says source text tab right here? Here, let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. Do you see this one? Source texts. It should be past that. Oh, you don't. Oh, is somebody there to help you?
Yeah, I'm here. It's just
Okay.
the prongs, it kind of messed up. So
Oh,
everything.
no. Okay.
So what page is it?
It's going to be,
Sorry.
excuse me. It starts on page 31.
31. Okay.
And then it's the next 4 pages. So like 31, 33, 35, and 37.
Okay.
Yeah, with those rings, Anthony, you got to make sure not to pull on the rings because it'll bend them and then it won't work right. So
Okay, I
hopefully
think we got it. It's
got
the
it. Okay,
fox
cool.
and the stork.
The fox and the stork. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Awesome. And then he needs a piece of line paper too. Okay. Genevieve, did you get that written down? Is your paper like mine? You got to write it down, okay? Everybody's paper should look just like this. I'll give you a second to catch up, Anthony. So we got name, your name and date go right here at the very top left, your first and last name. There's the date. The story this week is called The Fox and the Stork. Keyword outline, and then 1 through 7. Got it? Okay, thumbs up. Good. Okay, Anthony's still writing. That's okay. Do you guys know what a stork is? Genevieve, what's a stork?
Stork is like a bird that some people think like brings babies.
Yeah, there's a made up story about storks bringing babies, but storks are real birds. They are
Yeah,
big birds.
I
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking. They have a
Yeah.
big, long bill.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like have you ever been to like Tokyo or Zinbo? And they have those like big like long spoons, but they're not like skinny. It's all kind of like spherical.
Oh,
It's weird. It's kind of like a long skinny bowl that you like use to eat soup.
oh, okay,
Um,
cool.
their beak is I love it. They swallow fish whole and they use their beak.
Cool. All right, let's go to the actual story then. That's going to be on page 35. Okay, this one. We're going to read this next. And by the way, did you notice it says attributed to Aesop? So this is an Aesop's fable again, like the dog in the shadow, like the bald man and the fly. So it's basically a story that teaches us a lesson. Okay, so we can learn something about life by reading this story. So be thinking about a lesson you can learn. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read it and then we'll talk about it. It says, a fox invited a stork to supper and served him soup in a shallow bowl. By the way, this is a made up story, obviously. Okay, we got characters that are acting like people here. They're animals that are acting like people. While the fox easily ate the soup, the stork with his long pointed bill could have nothing and left hungry. A few days later, the fox was invited to a meal with the stork. Their dinner was mincemeat, served in a tall jar with a small mouth. With his long bill, the stork easily ate from the jar, but the fox could only lick the rim. Thus, that means therefore, the fox went away disappointed and hungry. However, he realized that he had received what he deserved. considering his bad treatment of the stork. And there's a picture. Here's the big jar, the tall jar. You see how the stork has a long bill? It's probably like way down here inside the jar. But the fox has a short little nose, so he can't get in there. He can only lick the rim. This is the rim, the very top of it. That's all he could do was lick the rim, so he didn't really get any food at all. And then that word mincemeat, by the way, mincemeat is a type of meat. I think it's popular in Europe, but it's basically meat mixed with fruit and nuts. It's kind of weird. Yeah, and it's ground up.
I drew a little teardrop shape on the fox's face.
Oh yeah, because the fox is he's sad, but he's also kind of I think he regrets what he did. So what is the lesson we can learn from this? What is a life lesson we can learn from this story? What do you think, Genevieve?
I think a lesson we can learn is not to be selfish and to think about other people and not just ourselves.
Good. Yeah. Anybody else want to add to that? Have you guys ever heard of the golden rule? You know what the golden rule is? Genevieve, what's the golden rule? You remember what it is? I'll tell you. It's
Is it like
treat others the way you want to be treated. Have you heard that rule before? Yeah. Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. And it's
it's
actually
in like the Bible and stuff
it's
too?
in the Bible. It is. It's in the Bible. So if you want people to respect you, then you need to respect them, right? You treat others the way you want to be treated. That's the thing we can learn from this. So the fox tricked the stork at the beginning. He served his soup in a shallow bowl, which is like flat, right? A flat bowl. And the stork with his long bill, he couldn't drink the soup at all. So then the stork invited the fox over, and then she serves, or he, I don't know if it's a boy or girl. Oh, I think it's he. Served it in a tall jar so the fox couldn't eat it. So it was like paisy backsy, it was like he paid him back with a trick too. All right. So now we're gonna do our story, our keyword outline. And the first thing we need to do is start underlining those key words. So I'm going to start
You
with,
can see the smile on the stork's face.
oh yeah, a little bit like he's like, hey, I tricked you. So Amber is going to look at the first sentence here. What are some key words that you see here, Amber? Let's start by underlining those.
Fox,
Good. Fox.
invited,
Good.
stork,
Good.
supper,
Good.
served,
Yes.
soup,
Yes.
shallow,
Yes.
bowl.
Yes. That's a bunch, but you're right. You got it. Perfect. Those are all the key words we need. Okay, so I have an idea about the fox and the stork. Do you remember when we circled the D in dog to help us use it as a symbol? What if we circle the F and the S and we use those as symbols? That way we can keep track of the fox.
I did that with the bellman and the fly.
Perfect. Good idea. So Amber, how can we make notes here for number one, but we only can use 3 words, but we can use symbols like the F and the S and other things. What's your idea? How can we put this down on number one?
We could do fox and the stork with the F and the S.
Okay. Yeah. So then we'll do that. But what did Fox do?
Invited.
He invited. What if we did F, invited, S? We still have 2 words we can use. So we got F invited S. Then what? What do you think, Amber? After that?
Served.
Okay. Maybe let's think about it. Served. What if we did supper instead of served? Because then we know it's a meal. What do
Okay.
you think? Supper? Okay, let's put supper.
That's what my grandparents called dinner.
Yeah, we usually say dinner, but supper is the same thing. You're right about that. What do you think next, Amber?
Shallow?
Shallow? Could do shallow, maybe.
Maybe we could draw a bowl, maybe?
Yeah, I like it. Let's put shallow.
That'd
And
be kind of hard though.
this is how I'm gonna draw it. It's got to be shallow, which means it's like almost like a dog bowl, you know?
Yeah, that's my dogs have like super thin like eating trays, like
Yeah.
this thick.
Yeah, that's a good example of a shallow bowl. So it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever.
My dogs, it's just like a food container. Of course, we wouldn't put water in that, but it's
We
for
could put little like steam on here so it looks like soup is in there, you know, to remind us that soup is in there.
or a hot foot bathing tub.
Yeah,
Hotter.
we just have to remember that what he served was soup in a shallow bowl. But I like it, Amber. You got a good start there. Anthony, did you have trouble with your computer?
Yeah, it died.
Uh-oh. Okay. Do you have a chair in there, maybe? You can bring a chair in there. All right, Genevieve, I'm going to have you do the next one, number 2. Oh, wait, we forgot to circle the ones we used. So we used invited, we used supper, and shallow. So the next one, what are the key words in the next sentence, Genevieve?
1 second. I'm still writing shallow. I was
Oh, okay.
forgot. Um, okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say easily,
Good.
because that means like it wasn't hard for him.
Yeah, that's a good one. And plus it's an ly adverb, which we need, so it's perfect.
Yeah. Maybe long bill.
Yes, long bill, those are
They're
keywords.
long, not short.
Yeah, exactly.
Left hungry or left and hungry.
Left and hungry, those are good keywords.
Nothing.
Nothing good.
Stork. But we
Yeah.
could do the symbol.
We could, I don't think, oh
Fox.
yeah, it is. Yeah, stork and fox. Let's do the symbols for that. That's a good idea.
Soup.
Yeah. And maybe
Pointed.
even 8 too, huh? Because it's what they did.
8.
8.
Ate the soup. The stork. I think
That's pretty good. No, I think that's good. So now is the tricky part. How are we going to pick which words to use and symbols and all that? What do you think, Genevieve?
I think and I think easily, and then we can do the fox symbol.
Let's start with, I like that. Let's start with the fox symbol. So fox, and then yes, easily. I like that. I have an idea for 8. This is something that I've used a lot as a symbol. Do you guys know Pac-Man? Do you know the Pac-Man? Yeah. So you can use a little Pac-Man for eat. So you can do like a little C. This is how I do it. I make a C and then I kind of put a little mouth like that. A little Pac-Man and that's the symbol for eat. So fox easily ate. That helps that. And then what do you think we should do next, Genevieve?
Um, maybe we should do the stork sign.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe we could draw like the soup again.
After stork?
Um,
I don't know if we need it because we just talked about it here. He ate the soup and the fox could easily eat the soup. I don't know if we need soup, but we do need something about the stork. Why wasn't the stork able to eat the soup?
because of his long duck bill.
Yes, his long bill. You're right. It's like a duck bill where it's not pointy, even though it says pointed. It's kind of rounded a little at the end. But
Yeah.
maybe we could do long like a line representing long and then bill.
That might be a little harder to remember the long. Maybe you could just do like a measuring stick.
Yeah, if that's easier for you to remember, you could do that. I'm just going to draw a line, but yeah, if you want to draw a little measuring stick, you can. Or if you even want to draw like the head of a stork with a long bill, you could do that. Either way, whatever. And by the way, everybody's keyword outline is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Whatever makes sense to you. So we have easily and then we have bill, but now we have room for one more word. What do you think? What happened after the stork tried to use his long bill? Then
He left hungry.
left hungry. So what should we put as our last word?
Hungry.
Hungry. Okay. You can either use hungry or if you want to use the word nothing, you could put nothing. Whichever one helps you remember the main point of that sentence. And then I'm going to circle the ones we used, which was easily and Bill and hungry. All right, you guys are getting the hang of this. Let's do one more, Anthony. Looks like your computer came back on. That's good. The next sentence, go ahead and tell us what the key words are in that sentence. It starts with a few days later. So tell us the key
We
words.
can do days,
Okay, days. Let's underline them first. Days is one.
few,
Good. Few.
invited,
Good. Invited.
meal,
Good.
and later.
Later. That's another good keyword.
Uh,
I guess we should underline fox and stork, even though we have a symbol for them.
yeah.
Yeah. And there you go. I think that's all of them. Okay, so how are we going to make that following the rules? Only 3 words. How are we going to make that in our outline here?
We can put we can put meal
Meal first?
or like few.
Yeah. So we have few days later. Out of those 3 words, what do you think is the one that would tell us the most about when it happened? Like a few days later. Should we use few or days or later?
Probably days.
Days, maybe? Or I'm thinking later.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah, I think later. That actually sounds pretty good because that way we know, oh yeah, it happened later. It wasn't the same day. Okay, so later. And then this time the stork invited the fox over, right? But the way it's worded in the sentence, it says the fox was invited to a meal with the stork. I wonder if we follow the same pattern though and say, what if we did S invited F? Like it's backwards now, right? Does that sound good? Okay. So we could do S invited F. this way. Now we know which way we're doing because the F invited S first, and now we have S inviting F. We have room for one more word. What do you think? It should be, Anthony.
We can do meal.
Yes, I like that. Meal. That's a good idea. Good job. So we've got later, invited, and meal. Okay. So remember the rules. You guys are doing great, by the way. 3 words only. You can only use 3 words. But little symbols are okay, but I don't want you to draw a bunch of symbols. Don't draw like 10. That's too many in one row. You can do a few symbols like what we're doing here, pictures. Don't do a bunch though, okay? Try to keep it really concise. You're going to finish 4, 5, 6, 7 for homework. Keep going on your paragraph here. Look for those key words and narrow it down to the most important ones, only 3, and then you can use a few symbols if you need to, okay, like we're doing. And then you're going to write 1 paragraph. By the way, before I forget, you guys can use the back of your paper when you write your paragraph. If you run out of room, turn it over and keep going, okay, on the back. That's okay. But before you go, let's look at the checklist really quick. So you have a new checklist now. So look at page 37. This should be in your stuff that you just took out of your binder. Do you see it? Give me a thumbs up if you have page 37. Good. I see that. Good.
My mom put it all together for me. She put all the fox and the stork stuff together.
Good. So you have this page 37?
Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Unit 2 composition checklist.
It's the composition checklist. Yep, that's it.
Yep,
So
I have that.
good. This is your checklist. So we're going to do it the same like we did earlier. You're going to make sure these things are on the page that you turn in, which is your paragraph. So don't check anything yet because you haven't done this part yet. But after you put your name and date on the upper left-hand corner for your paragraph, then you check that box. And you got to make sure you double space. So do the X's if that helps you to double space. And then look here, we have the title rule. Title centered and repeats 1 to 3 key words from final sentence. So when you get done with your paragraph, the very, very, very last sentence, pick a word from there or 2 or 3, use it in your title. You can add other words to the title, but you have to have at least 1 word from your sentence in your title. Does that make sense to you guys? You understand that? Got to pick at least 1 word from the end, the last sentence. And then check it out. Dress ups. You've got an ly adverb again. You got to make sure you add an ly adverb that has ly at the end. And the nice thing is you have the word easily right here. You guys can use that. Make sure to underline it. In fact, let's underline it in our outline so we can remember to underline that in your story. Because that's what your checklist says to do, right? Underline 1 of each. You got your ly adverb. And then at the bottom, making sure you have all this in there too. Capitalization, your end marks. Are your sentences complete? Do you remember what I said about that? How do you know your story is complete? How do you know it makes sense? Right here. Does it make sense? How are you going to know if it makes sense? Anthony, what do you think?
By reading it to your parents.
Yes, excellent. You listened. Woohoo, that's right. Read it to your parents. Because they'll tell you, they'll be like, well, actually, you know what happens is when you read it, you'll find if you're missing anything, if you forgot to put the word the or of or something like that, you'll notice it when you're reading it. You're like, I gotta fix that.
Do
And
we
then
need it?
fix
Do
it.
we need to read it to them every week?
Yes, every week.
Oh.
Yes. Before you turn it in on Google Classroom, you should read it to somebody. Yep. All right. So let's practice since we just have a couple minutes left. Do you guys have any other questions about your homework? Oh, go ahead, Anthony.
Which pages do we do for the nose tree one?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be pages 28, 29, and 30.
Okay.
28, 29, and 30.
Yep, 28,
I'm gonna ask
29, and 30. Got it? That's for the grammar. And then for this, you're going to finish going here. You're going to finish up your keyword outline and then write this paragraph using only your outline. You got to put away the original when you're done, okay? Put away the original. Don't look at that. Only look at this and make your sentences from here. Let me ask you this. How many sentences should your paragraph be? Do you guys know? How many sentences in your paragraph?
7.
Yes, because we have 7 here. Each one of these is a sentence. Very good. So 7 sentences total. All right, let me ask you this since we have 1 minute left. Anthony, look at number 1, and can you tell us a sentence, a complete sentence using these words here? See if you can come up with a sentence. Look at number 1.
The fox invited the swan to eat supper.
Okay, you're close. Do you know you said swan?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I said swan instead of stork.
You said swan. So say stork, but also don't forget about the shallow bowl part. So try it again. Think of a whole sentence for that.
Oh, okay. The fox invited the stork to eat supper in a shallow bowl.
Nice. Good. That's a good sentence. Does anybody have an idea for a different sentence than that? All right. That was good, Anthony. All right, you guys. It is 12:30, so we better go. Nice job today, everybody. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.